Hello!
Hi guys!
How's it going? It's that time of the year. 2025 is coming to an end, so Katie and I thought we would go through our year and give you guys a review of what we did all year and our favorite parts of what we did.
We really went on so many fun adventures this year. It was so hard to pick a top 5, but we did pick a top 5 for you guys today. And we're really excited to share those moments with you.
Yeah, so let's kick things off.
Let's go.
So starting things off at the beginning of the year in Ottawa, we went to the Winterlude Festival in February, and we did 2 videos at the festival. One in Quebec at Jacques Cartier Park, and then the second video over at Spark Street where all the really cool ice sculptures were, and that was really a lot of fun.
We did bundle a lot into one day, and we did have a really good time.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of that Winterlude excursion?
Yeah, so I really enjoyed going over to Jacques Cartier Park, going down the tubing slide, and even seeing the snow sculptures of the beaver that was carved into the back of the slide. That was really cool. What about you?
I mean, you stole mine with the tubing down the hill. That was a big highlight. Yeah. But as well, just seeing little ice hogs walking around and all the interactive games all around Winterlude as well that you could kind of play. And Brandon will probably insert a clip here of us playing the games there. But those were a lot of fun too. So more just the things to do, like the interactive things were my favorite part.
That was really cool. Yeah, I think when we went over to Spark Street, my favorite part there, going down and seeing all the really cool sculptures, was actually seeing people sculpt the sculptures with their with the tools. That was really something. Okay, number 2, Parc Omega in Montebello, Quebec. We went back for our 2nd year in the row going there. It's a drive-through experience. You get in your car, you go on through, and you can feed deer and elk and a whole bunch of different animals out the car window.
It was so much fun. There was also a place you could walk through as well, which was a lot of fun. You can go out, feed the deer. There's a couple little areas that you can do that, and that was definitely a highlight for me.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite parts about going the second time was actually seeing the wolverines. That's something I didn't know that they did there, and I think we missed that the first time that we went. So it was really awesome to be able to go and see some wolverines running around because they're really cool animals.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A good thing about doing this top 5 video recap is he reminds me of things that I forgot that we even did. So, but that was a really good time as well.
Yeah. Okay, so the third thing that we did, kind of a multiple thing, we did so much camping in 2025.
That is an understatement.
Yeah.
We did a lot of camping, but it was so much fun.
Yeah, I think we went to 8 different provincial parks in Ontario to do camping reviews.
So out of all the camping and all the parks that we went to, which one was your favorite?
Well, I think my favorite has to be Sharbot Lake.
Mine too.
Yeah, I think we're both in agreement on that because we spent 2 days there. And 3 nights, and we just had so much fun. There's so many different things to do. What was the favorite thing that you did at that park that was your favorite thing?
My favorite thing had to be spending the time on the water with you. So we ended up going out for about 2 hours or so. I brought my paddleboard and he rented a kayak. Yeah. And it was a really nice body of water, and we just really enjoyed our time kind of exploring around the park from the water, and I just had the best time doing that with you. It was definitely, I think, honestly, one of the highlights of my summer. So I'm glad we put Sharbot Lake in this list because it was really just amazing.
Yeah, being on the lake was just so peaceful, and the fact that we actually could see our campsite from the lake, that was really cool. And we did some hikes there too. There was a couple of hiking trails that we did, and that was a lot of fun as well. I remember when we were at the end of one of the trails, there was a sign, and it said, "Trail ends here," and we're like, "That's it?"
What do you mean? We had just got there. I had my hiking shoes, my hiking poles. I was ready to go, and 500 meters later, that was it.
But it was, still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We saw lots of different views from one of the trails there. Of Sharbot Lake itself. It was so calm and peaceful. It was just really beautiful. Moving on to the 4th thing on our list, it's Prehistoric World in Morrisburg, Ontario. It's kind of a fun little tiny thing that we did, and went and saw some dinosaurs. It's really meant for kids, but we're big kids at heart.
Exactly. There's nothing we won't go do.
Yeah.
Like, even if they say it's for kids, we're still going to go and go have fun and hang out with dinosaurs.
Yeah. Yeah, we just had fun just roaming around and checking out all the different statues, and I think it was one of the most like carefree things that we did this year. So it was a lot of fun.
Was there a favorite part for you through Prehistoric World?
You know, I think when we did the intro for the video, we were like underneath the giant brontosaurus. That was really, really cool. What about you?
One of my favorite parts was honestly watching you try to pronounce the names of the dinosaurs.
Yeah, I think I stopped after like 2.
But that was a highlight because it was just so funny. Yeah. And then just all the interactive things that we kind of did with the dinosaurs just to make each other laugh. And it was a good time. And that's why it made us, made it onto our top 5 list.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And finally, the 5th thing on our list of our top 5 of 2025 was the Champlain lookout in Gatineau Park in Quebec. That was a lot of fun.
That was great, and it was a beautiful time of year. The weather was perfect, and the views were incredible.
Yeah, we went in the fall time, and that was like the perfect time to go. If you ever head out there, go in the fall because the colors on the trees are just breathtaking. And one thing that I really enjoyed about that was going down the trail and getting to a lookout that we didn't even expect to be on the trail because it wasn't marked anywhere. And when you get down to the wooden platform and you just look out, you see like parts of the mountain and parts of the valley out ahead of you, and the sun was setting. It was just breathtaking.
That's definitely why it was a top 5. It was just such a breathtaking view. Like you said, some unexpected views that we weren't even thinking were going to be there. And it was just gorgeous, especially with the fall colors. Like, I'm a fall girl through and through, love autumn, and it was just such a peak autumn adventure that we went on.
Yeah, no, it was just great. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to end today's little video of our review of 2025. We hope you enjoyed this one. We really, really had a great 2025 exploring around Ontario and Quebec. And we really just wanted to bring you along one last time before the year ended. If you want to see any of the videos that we mentioned, I'll link everything in the description below, and I'll put some playlists in there too of all the Ontario parks that we did as well, and some other playlists that correspond with what we're talking about today.
Make sure to subscribe and keep watching because we have lots planned for 2026.
Yeah, we're doing a couple of things in a couple of days, so stay tuned for that. And as always, I'm Brandon.
And I'm Katie.
Thanks so much for watching. We just hit 500 subscribers on the channel. Little tiny milestone, but it goes a long way, and we really, really appreciate everyone following along, and we really appreciate your support. So thank you very much, and we hope to see you in 2026. Happy New Year, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Happy New Year.